Hello there, wrestling fans! Hey, Sunday. And welcome to episode 129.
131.
131 of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am your host, Joe, the Panther, the Burr. And now introducing for the top of Metal Down, all the way down to all 50 states, it's the happy heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe? How's it going, everyone?
Pretty good. Happy Sunday, by the way, Geekin. Happy Thanksgiving
Sunday,
week.
Joe.
Happy summer. Happy Survivor.
Get ready for that turkey.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready for that turkey.
In my house, we're not having turkey because we have to wait for a few days. Are you ready for the guest, big guy?
Definitely ready. You ready?
Okay. Let's give a war. Dudes at Ringside, welcome to Avery, bro.
Hi.
What's going on?
Welcome.
How are you guys?
We're
good this afternoon.
Great to finally meet you. After been chatting for
you guys. I know we've been messaging back and forth now.
Yeah, for like 2 weeks, a week,
Yeah.
a few days. So if our fans aren't familiar with you, introduce yourself.
I'm Avery Breaux. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I moved out to Orlando now, off and on, but about 3 years ago, I did the Disney college program for a while. So I worked for the Walt Disney World. Yeah, and now I've been wrestling since about May.
Wow.
It's awesome. What was it like doing the college program?
It was really fun. It was interesting. I had my first job. I was at a resort, so I was at the Riverside. So that was interesting because you move all the way from Louisiana to Florida, and you're like, I'm going to work at Disney in the parks, of course. And I was at a resort. But my second one, I was in Hollywood Studios, and that was a lot of fun. I worked at like the Star Wars and the Muppet store and stuff like that. So that was really fun, actually.
That sounds like so much fun because I love, as a kid, who didn't like Muppets? And you're like, I'm actually in a store.
Star Wars, man.
Oh, Muppets. You think about the actual Muppet part because, like, Muppets are legendary. But then if we have to work in a store with them all day long, you hear that Muppet theme.
The music was on a loop during Christmas. I think there was 6 songs every 30 minutes. And it was all Muppets Christmas. And if it wasn't Christmas, I think there was like an hour loop. But yeah, I was always getting down to the Muppets. I was like, all right, I'm in.
All day long. So, who trained you?
Who trained me?
Yes.
I go to Flatbacks, which is trained by Tyler Breeze and Sean Spears.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Trained by two wrestlers. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
2 veterans right there. Yeah.
Is Tyler Breeze a tough coach, or is he like an easygoing coach?
They're tough about certain things. That there's like certain things that they need you to do a certain way, or they get kind of hot, which is completely fair. But other than that, I would say they're pretty easygoing. Both of them, they're very, very nice. Both guys are very nice and very helpful and always wanting you to succeed. So it's really cool to have 2 people that are doing it just because they're passionate about it. Like, that's their main goal.
That's cool.
What was your first match like in front of a crowd? What was your experience like going through the curtain and everything?
It was cool. I didn't exactly know. Like, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I enter. I was like, I'm kind of just gonna feel it out as I go. So it was very interesting. My music hit, and I was like, all right, here we go. And I just kind of went out there. I was a heel, so they hated me. They love the girl T Gaines that works there a lot. So as soon as I walked out there, I think somebody called me a Charlotte Flair wannabe, and I was like, sure.
Sure, you'll take it. You'll take it. It's the heat right there. Right?
Thanks.
I can work with that. Then and the crowd hated me, and I was like, all right.
Do you think it's because you have the blonde hair and they'll ask the Charlotte Flair thing, or?
I guess my hair is more silver than blonde, I would say, but maybe
Yeah.
that person that day thought thought different, and I just said, I was like, I have a stank face on, you know. She's always got the stank face as well, so that could do it. I was like,
Yeah.
Not only
Charlotte
that,
Flair for
it's a
Sure.
compliment.
It's kind of a compliment because like Charlotte Flair right now is white hot up there in the heel game. Like
Oh yeah.
you can't get past anything of what
So,
Charlotte
yeah.
Flair right now. Like I'm not a big fan of heels, but like I respect Charlotte Flair's like heel game right there. She's getting up to her daddy's level. Like
Oh,
they
100%. She's
her
great.
theme song hits and they're like, oh man, get her get girl
Yeah,
out of
they're
here.
like, her.
I suck my teeth and roll my R's when I see it.
See, if I'm a promoter right now, I would just run with that like, Charlotte thing wannabe. I'm like, yeah, I just come out to her music and stuff like that. Just
The whole
roll,
thing. Get
just
a
roll
robe.
with it. Get,
Oh yeah,
get the
get a
roll.
robe.
Yeah.
Just go to the store and find a really
On the back,
awesome
it just
robe.
says bro instead of Flair, and I'm like, what?
Exactly.
She stole it from me.
Yeah. I
I'm
came
the
up with
queen
it
right
by
there.
myself. Thank you.
Just find old pictures of yourself and edit them on your computer.
Yeah.
You'll be like, see old pictures.
Yeah,
See when I was a little girl, I wore robes. See,
Yeah, I've been wearing robes. I do that every day. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
take a picture of yourself in the grocery store. Put a robe on yourself. See, I was wearing a robe at the store.
That's just me.
I'm the 16-time world champion. There you go.
16 bags grocery champion. Yeah. That's my sister. She literally like does not like help. She'll go to the car and take the bags and put them from like up here all the way down to her elbow and just come to the car, like come home, come get out of the car with the
I
bags.
mean, you can't make more than one trip. That's just silly.
Yeah, it's like
You gotta have bags on bags just right here, so you don't make multiple trips. That's just a rule.
like I'm like ask for help. That's called for a concussion. Or like you could fall over and hit your head on the ground. You know what I mean? Like
Just
imagine that.
the bags just overbear her, and she just
Just like and that's a concussion.
and very much
Who-
no.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite opponent to work with?
My favorite opponent to work with. I've worked with T Gaines a few times now. I really enjoy her. There's a few girls when I go up to Indiana that I've worked with a few times that I enjoy as well. But overall, I would say just person I've worked the most is T Gaines.
T Gaines.
So where's your favorite place to travel when you're wrestling? Like, have you traveled far?
So far I've just like my farthest I've gone is Indiana. In December I'm going to Dallas, which is closer to home, so I'm excited about that. I could have went to Canada, but the way bookings lined up, I couldn't make it work flights wise, or I would have been in Canada in December, and I was really excited about that. So I'm hoping by the new year, January-ish time, I'll get to go to Canada. So that's exciting.
When you
That's
get a
awesome.
chance, sounds like you've never been to New York. If you ever take a trip to New York, like there's a promotion in Long Island called Victory Pro.
Not now.
Not now. Eventually, when you ever think about coming to Long Island, look at Victory Pro.
Victory Pro.
They let you run with your character, and they're white hot right now. They have like they're a hidden gem on Long Island. Victory
Okay.
Pro.
The last show, Joe, I'm going to tell you this much. They sold out reserve seating within the first day.
Dang.
Yeah.
The first day, the reserve seating sold out.
They're having a show. What is it? Next month, Geek, or this month?
December 18th.
Yeah, December 18th. Their show, their front row seats are all sold out.
Oh, dang.
And they don't do that most often in indie shows. You just still like one or two patches in the row. But
And this is the first day. We're talking the first day they sold out all reserve seatings.
Jeez.
Yeah. They're a good
General
promotion.
Admission's still available for that.
Being summoned. Like you could find them on YouTube, Victory Pro.
I feel like I've heard of them actually because I have a few people that I trained with and one of the guys is living in New York now, and I feel like he's told me about them. I've been so busy, but I will definitely look them up because
they're a good promotion. They're very good. They're family friendly. A lot of people bring their families, and it's always crowded. Like Being Geek went in July, and he just randomly bought these tickets. I'm not my victory fine by tickets. I had a blast. I was like, wow, this is lots of fun. I'm like, this is lots of fun. We went to NYWC first because they said to come, so we showed up, and then like right after we drove right over there, ate a little something, and went into the arena, and we were the first people there, of course. We got to get there early. That's me. Get there early.
You have to get to your. And all indie shows get there early, no matter what.
Even though my dad thinks that's
That's
crazy. You guys got there early? Yeah, you got to get online, be the first people in so you can get your seat and check out the scene, check the merch. My thing is, I'm not going to buy anything at the merch tables, but I just want to observe and see what these wrestlers have that they're selling. You know what I mean? Like if you were at a show and we knew you were going to be there, we would say, okay, get our seats, get our popcorn or soda, and see what everybody has. See what she has. See what I guess has on the table. See if she has stickers we could switch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Most wrestlers don't like that because that's their money. Geek,
What?
geek, you next.
What's up?
you go next.
Like where's some places you would love to travel to besides New York? I'm just saying.
I definitely want to, wrestling wise, get to the UK at some point. Definitely Japan. Those are like the two biggest on my bucket list. I know I mentioned Canada. That's kind of in the works. So we'll say there as well. I know it's kind of just like bland and boring, but definitely Louisiana, since that's where I'm from. I'd like to have, a few matches there. So I would say top of the list, though, is definitely the UK and Japan right now.
Definitely, when you go to the UK, there's another promotion that you definitely have to put on your list is Coventry Pro Wrestling.
Coventry.
Yeah, it's like in a small town in there in England, but
Mhm.
they're really good. Their roster is really hot, and like we've had quite a few of the wrestlers on our podcast. They're really sweet. Her name's Shorty UK. She's super sweet, and we're having on one of their GMs later this month. His name is Nathan. Super nice guy. We've been chatting back and forth like we did for you, like to get the feel. I always like to chat with the wrestlers in the thing. Explain this to Geek. We chat with the wrestlers so we can get a feeling on what they're like.
Yeah.
And like so they know more about us and you can know about like, like a phone, a text message, and that's what I feel. You don't want to abuse it because some people have day jobs. Yeah, so Coventry Pro, UK Wrestling, I think this is another one. There's a few of them in England that are like hidden gems over there in the UK.
Oh yeah, the UK has so much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
many.
besides the obvious ones like Rev Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rev Pro is the big one in the UK, right there.
What else I'm gonna ask? So, what kind of food do you like?
So much. It's so tough. I freaking love food. Ever since I've been like super, super into training and training hard, I don't, eat as much of my favorite foods as I used to, but I still get to eat steak. Steak's like my all-time favorite. So I eat that pretty much every day. Love roast. Roast is really good. I've just always been like a meat and potatoes girl my whole life. I'm definitely like veggies were not it. I'm starting now to like veggies a little bit and like tolerate them. But I just used to be like just clean cut meat and veggies. I would eat that every day.
Yeah. I'm like the type of person if I want a steak, I'll eat a steak, but if I want a salad, I'll eat a giant salad and just make it like a steak. Just eat it. Just inhale.
He said, as much as steak I would eat, I will eat it in salad. Thank you.
You can cut it up and put it in the salad. Make it a steak salad. Yeah.
I've done that. I've done like chicken salads with like some kind of spicy sauce because I love spicy stuff.
Ooh,
Always.
there's a sauce you have to try. It's called a Ben sauce. It's Ben's the barbecue sauce, and called Ben sauce, and it's like on almost the same color as a Thousand Islands dressing, but it's like in a. Have you ever heard of the sauce geek? Ben sauce.
No, I haven't. No.
It is so good. It has like a tangy taste on it. You could stick it on chicken. You could stick it on. I stuck it on eggs today when I had eggs with avocado, and
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, and gave it more of a kick. I was like,
Peter Luger's is the best. Peter Luger's is the best steak sauce ever. I swear.
yeah.
I've never heard of either of those. Now I'm so intrigued.
Yeah, look them up online later on. Ben's sauce. They may have them in where you live. They may have them in the grocery store and the
I'll
like it may be by the condiments, by the ketchup and the mustard and stuff like that, by the dressing.
have to check it out.
It's probably by the barbecue sauce because that's what the Ben sauce generally is.
Mhm.
Because it's
Okay.
a type of sauce. It's like an orange. It's like a pinkish orangey sauce. I want to say.
Hmm.
If I find a picture of the bottle, I'll send you a picture of the bottle.
Later on. Go
What are you
to-
doing? What are you doing, Joe? I'm taking a picture of a bottle for a guest.
Hey, I'm
What would a wrestler want?
thank you.
She likes food, Mom. She's a foodie.
Yes, I am a foodie.
Yeah, but
My mom's
Peter
Italian,
Luger's is
so-
the best. You ever have it, Joe? Or no.
I heard of the steak place, which is overly expensive. But
Yeah, but they have sauce. They sell it in the supermarket. I don't know if they sell it by you though.
I work in a grocery store. I probably have seen it. Like I probably have stocked it out and not realized it. Like 11:00 a.m. as I'm stocking my shelf, going,
Yeah.
yeah, if you see that matches.
Yeah. That'll work.
Yeah.
That'll do.
As I'm like randomly walking over the coffee and just going, not putting it by my face, people. I like pretend like I'm putting it by my face as I'm breathing in. Okay, I'm awake. Then run back to my shelf.
I'm just stocking sodas and juices and stuff like that.
He works for Coke. I work for a grocery store called Key Food.
I've never heard of that.
Key Food is like, well, not a local grocery store. They are in Connecticut. They're in upstate New York.
There's some in Long Island. There's some in
They're
Long
in Long
Island.
Island. Lots of places on Long Island. I don't know if they have them. I'll have to ask my boss tomorrow if they have them in Florida. I don't think he said it. They didn't think they had them in Florida, but they have them everywhere else. In California, they have them in Oakland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Oakland, California, Long Island, New Jersey. Yep.
Just everywhere I'm not.
They're independently owned.
Yeah, and Key Foods are independently owned promotion companies.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've talked enough. Geek, your turn.
Yeah. Who would you say the toughest opponent you ever worked with is?
Toughest.
You'd say, wow, this person either hits hard or they're hard to beat.
Well, before last night, I would say T Games again because she was 2 or 3 up on me. Might have been 3 up on me. And then last night we had a chairs match and I finally, got the one up on her, beat her. So, I don't know. I definitely would say her though because we have wrestled each other so many times.
Mm-hmm. So is there ever a match that if a promoter came up to you and was like, "Oh, we want you to do this match tonight," you'd be like, "Yeah, I can't do that."
I don't know. I would say for the most part, I'm pretty chill when it comes to things, but like, I'm not going to do anything super crazy or super wild. Like a chairs match, it was fun. When I found out I was doing it, I was actually pretty excited. But as far as like, I don't know, death matches, I wouldn't say that I'd be the first one to jump up and say, yes, I'll do it. I know they're becoming a little bit more popular nowadays, but especially just getting new and into wrestling, I'm much more focused on, the technique and like getting everything down pat and like actual grinding it out as opposed to death matches.
Yeah.
I actually got the opportunity to see a dog color match in a local promotion, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? It's like Like, what would ever happen if they did a women's dog collar match? Because that's never been done before. If I could think about it.
I'm trying to think too.
Joe, do you know of any women's dog collar match or no?
I don't know, but I'm surprised Mickey Knuckles hasn't done that yet, because Mickey Knuckles is like the queen of the hardcore scene. Like, if you're listening to this, Mickey Knuckles, why have you not done this yet?
Joe, she's just gonna throw you through a table or something like that.
I'll be so honored as our guest is making a video of it. See, Joe, I'm sorry, you're the face. I'm gonna videotape this on my phone. Doot, doot. Go for it, Joe. Oh God, ow. But then you know why? I'll have the video proof that I got thrown through a table by a hardcore legend.
That's true.
Yeah,
So,
but Joe didn't survive.
He survived. You got this, Joe.
Yeah, my glasses are all crooked. I survived, guys. I survived. My hat's all burning.
Broken in half. Like,
my glasses are crooked. My hat's all crooked. I'm just like a bloody mess. I survived. Teeth are missing out of my mouth.
You get, like, got like one up. You're like
thumbs all crooked. Were you born in Louisiana?
Or?
I was, yes. Was technically born in Metairie, which is like 15 minutes from New Orleans, but yeah, I was born like super close to New Orleans.
Okay. I'll say. Have you been playing? Have you been seeing it? Have you seen any movies since you've been
Which ones? I have been so busy, like training and with work and all that I have not seen any like current movies.
Definitely should see Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's a heartfelt movie.
I've heard that one. I've heard Eternals is really good.
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go eat dinner.
That's it.
Sorry. I'll be back.
You just walk right off an interview?
I gotta eat dinner, bro. I'll be right back.
It's dinner. It's fair.
All right. Were you affected by Hurricane Katrina or?
Yes. I was 7 or 8, I think. But yeah, my whole house like got destroyed and such, and my whole family evacuated. So when we came back from evacuating, it was pretty much gone. So my parents decided to like pick up and move to Colorado. So we did that for a few months before we eventually made our way back to Louisiana.
And Maya wants to know, do you have any pets?
I do. I have 2 dogs that I share, and then 1 dog that is just mine. One is a pit bull boxer. One is a golden retriever, and then one I'm gonna say he's a German Shepherd Husky mix. I need to get a DNA test on him because I rescued him from the shelter, but I'm pretty sure he's like Husky German Shepherd.
So what would you say your fighting style is like?
I would say I'm very feisty. That's the word I use to describe myself often. I'm like, very quick.
Would you say?
Very quick, very feisty. I try to keep it for the most part technical right now since I am so new. Eventually, I'd like to get into like a few other styles, but I've just been keeping it like really, technical, how I like to do things, how I was trained since I went to flatbacks. So, like, eventually, I'm sure I'm going to work my way into other styles because I have a few in mind. But for now, that's what I'm sticking with.
Who's somebody like on mainstream that you would love to face?
Ooh, see, that's a toss-up. I usually go between Bianca and Charlotte. But since I got the comparisons, I kind of want to go with Charlotte. If I had to like choose one.
I definitely see you going for Charlotte just because of what the story you were telling me with the guy chanting that he's like you're a Charlotte wannabe or something like that. I could totally see you just going against her and with the like I said, with the robe on, and it's like, I'm the queen right here, not Charlotte.
I'm literally just standing there, and she's like, "That's my thing," and I'm like, "What's your thing?"
What's your
I
thing?
was
I did it first.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I have the robe. What are you talking about?
I swear, if I see this in a promotion, I'll be like, "You guys got to credit the dudes at Ringside Podcast." Be like,
Literally.
all right.
Watch this video. We planted the seeds. We spoke it into existence.
What made you choose wrestling?
I had graduated college, and I was like, I still don't know what I want to do. I was like, I just graduated college to graduate college because that was the plan. But I played sports my whole life. I danced my whole life. And the thought of like an office job, I was like, mm-mm. I was like, you cannot catch me in an office sitting all day. I will be bored out of my mind. Um, so I think I was like, it was during COVID, and I was watching just TV because that's all we had to do during quarantine. And some random Raw or SmackDown came on, and it like made me think of it again because I thought about it when I was in high school, and I was like, hmm. And then like it just all made sense to me. I was like, been an athlete my whole life. I've performed my whole life dancing, and I was like, this makes the most sense. How did I not think of this before?
Exactly. So, what did your parents think when you first told them you wanted to become a wrestler? What was their reaction?
I was actually really nervous to tell them, especially because my mom at the time was going through like treatments for cancer, and
Sorry to hear
so
that.
no, it's okay. She's all good now. Thank you.
Yeah.
So she like was not supposed to have any stress or like any sort of worries. So I waited till the very last second to be like, so and I told her, and then she was like, oh, like the Bella twins. And I was like, yes. And she was like, oh, that'd be so cool. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, wow, this went over so much better than I thought it would.
Yeah, I'm a cancer survivor too of 5 years. So I just celebrated 5 years of being cancer free this year. So
That's so great.
So
Good for you.
thank you.
No,
So
no
it
problem.
sucks
No. Oh my God, I bet.
going through it. I don't know what's even harder, going through it or watching, like my girlfriend watching me go through it, which was probably that I could never do that. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna say big up to her.
it is really tough, but you guys go through the worst. I can't even imagine.
I don't wish it upon anybody. That's how bad the chemo treatments are.
Yeah,
So.
I would never.
So what sports did you play in high school, you'd say?
I played basketball, volleyball. I played softball growing up, and then I played, once I got out of high school, I did like professional women's football for a little bit.
So what college did you attend?
I went to Southeastern Louisiana. It's a smaller college.
What class did you take? You'd say.
What classes?
Yeah.
I changed my major so many times, but for the
Hi guys, I'm back. Sorry.
Joe disappeared on us, and then Brandon wanted to know where you were.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave so quick. I had to eat my. Actually, remember I was telling my mom was making the pasteles for like whenever. Oh, I have these are my real glasses on now. My mom decided to give us the pasteles now. Yeah. So
and they were delicious?
Oh my God, they're phenomenal.
That's all that matters. Oh.
They're phenomenal pasteles. We had pasteles and white rice in a river of beans.
Sounds so good.
I could tell you must like Puerto Rican food. So, like, what's your favorite Puerto Rican dish?
Oh my gosh, don't do that to me.
Sorry.
I used to be so picky when I would say even through college. And then all of a sudden, like, once I moved to Florida, I just like started trying things, and now I'm like, I will eat anything pretty much. I'm like, everything is delightful.
Yeah.
There's a couple of good promotions in Florida, actually, you should check out. There's CCW, which is Coastal Championship Wrestling, and then there's Magic City, which is the one behind me.
I normally have their logo
I
here.
did work for Magic City.
Your Magic City? Yeah.
I went to Magic City September, I think. I wrestled T-Gains there. CCW, my good friend Cam Stewart works for often. They just ran yesterday at the same time that SWA did, and I was booked with them, or I would have probably gone and at least watched him at CCW because they are really good. They're a good promotion.
Yeah, Vinny's such a good guy. He sent us a shirt. So,
Yeah,
Vinny's great.
I think I sent him a sticker. If I didn't, Vinny, I'll send you a sticker. I'm sorry.
If you're listening.
I got so many.
He's like, he didn't send us.
You didn't send me a sticker. Give me back my T-shirt, Joe. You want it? I've worn it like 5 or 6 times.
You want it back? Okay.
I'll wash it and send it back. Like you get treated.
So nice of you to wash it.
See, that's how much of a good person I am. If someone asks for the shirt back, I'm not just gonna send it back dirty. I'm not a bad guy. I'll wash it.
But I'm not a horrible person. I will wash it.
No, wash it. I learned from my coaches from Special Olympics. When you wear something, you wash it and send it back clean.
That's fair.
And folded.
Folded is important, so it's not all wrinkly.
Oh wait, you have a question from the audience.
Favorite football team?
College or NFL? I'll do both. NFL is the Saints, even though we're on hard times.
So is the Jets forever.
True. College is obviously LSU, but then also my dad, growing up somehow, he became a fan of Notre Dame. So now me, him, and my brother are really big Notre Dame fans as well.
Well, you can't go wrong with the Irish. They're a good squad. Even though I live in Pennsylvania, everybody that I know is like, Penn State, Joe? And I'm like, okay, I like Penn State. Okay, I like PSU.
Yeah, all right.
The Tigers are cool too because they're purple and gold, my old high school colors. Wait, another question from the audience.
It's a comment. It was like, will you ever plan to come wrestle on Long Island?
Of course. I want to wrestle everywhere.
Fingers crossed right here, right?
If you ever come to Long Island,
everything into existence on this podcast.
Let us know like a month in advance. And if it's at VPW, we will make a weekend of it. You tell us when you're going to be there. We'll hang out. We'll find a good Puerto Rican restaurant. Yes. We'll show you some fun parts of Long Island. We'll show you how
good pizza places.
Pizza places.
I hear so much about New York pizza.
Best pizza.
The bagel. Tell me if that's true. It's true.
I'm not lying.
They're like delicious. They're like clouds. They're like
New York bagels are superior, and I'm like, how? Tell me why.
It's the water.
The water. That's what they say, and I'm like,
the water. And then I go to places in Florida, and I'm like, it's like, yeah, we shipped the water down from New York, and I'm like,
how do you ship water in a tub? In a big tank? Like, how do you ship water?
Some water in the back. They're like, yeah, we ship some water.
Yeah, we ship water from New York. And I'm like, this is not shipped from New York. They're just lying to get their name, to get customers.
100%. 100%.
Lies.
You can't hate them for trying.
They're trying to make money, but there you go.
Whenever I'm on Long Island, it's always bagels and lox.
See? We'll have to get it.
I love my even though it's like $8 for bagels and lox by me, and I'm like, well, yeah, we're upstate New York.
You said that's fair.
They have Poland Spring water in Florida at Whole Foods, and I'm like, $8 for this case? Forget that. I get for $5 in New York.
Yeah, it's wild.
But I mean, like, I know it's Poland Spring, but come on. It's like,
here we go. Disney related question. Who is your favorite Disney?
I'll take Zephyr Hills any day.
Favorite Disney princess. I'm gonna go with Ariel.
Ariel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love the water. I love the ocean, so I'm kind of jealous of her.
Every one of my friends right now in college, like, yeah, Joe would think the same thing. He likes them redheads. Yep. But she's not. With Ariel, she gets intrigued by everything. So she'll come in my room and she'll be like, "What is this? this big thing with lights on it. What does it do? It's called a proton pack. What's a proton pack? Put it on your back and find out. What does this do? What is it? What is this light?
Yeah, you're right. We'd probably be like 10 minutes in and be like, all right, stop asking questions.
Yeah, I would be like, I'd give her like a cell phone, and she'd be like, "What did you?" I gave her my phone 20 minutes later. She ordered everything on the iPhone on the iStore that the apps that are free.
Yes.
She clicked all the ones that it cost money.
She's like, yeah, I want to play this game. Sure.
Yeah.
Downloading.
And I'm like, my mom's like, "Why did you order all this stuff in the iPhone store? What do you mean? $100?
$100.
Yeah, $100."
Just dead.
In memory of Joe in the corner like this.
Just Ariel's just in the corner like, God, these are great games.
Forget about him.
Yeah.
He's dead. My cell phone now. Okay.
Are you able to wrestle in Louisiana now, or are you still under restrictions?
What kind of restrictions?
Maybe she means like when you work with
COVID
COVID
restrictions?
restrictions, are you still able to go to Louisiana and wrestle?
I think I'm able to. I think Louisiana, you need a license to wrestle.
Yeah.
As opposed to other states, which I haven't gotten yet, but also I don't know how many promotions. There was one that was running a good bit, and then
She means COVID. She meant COVID.
Yes, I think COVID's fine now to go and wrestle. I know there was a promotion that was running, and then the last hurricane that hit, the big one, they haven't been running since then because I think the hurricane kind of ruined a few things for them.
Oh, that's another thing when you're in Long Island. Whenever you come to Long Island, the fish and chip scene. You get like the fish is like Long Island surrounded by water, so you immediately want to get fish and chips. There's plenty of places to get fish and chips.
You know what I love? Like gravy cheese fries.
There's places you can find that here. I think in Long Island, there's place by me in upstate New York. There's a place called Ben's Fresh, and they have like burgers, hot dogs. You can get like French fries with the chili on them and stuff like that. And I'm a fan of disco fries.
What are disco fries?
You never had disco fries? It's like the fries with the gravy, like you said.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They call disco. I don't know why they call them disco fries. Like, do they strobe the lights and they put like the smoke as they're bringing it out?
It's a freaking party. We got gravy on the fries.
Yeah.
Do you have any stories on the road, or?
There's a few. The main one that I usually tell is that we went. I think it was the first time I went to Indiana. My friend Stacy, who's from Indiana, he had just like travel woes, is what he calls them. He had them the whole day. Like his flight just literally, he was supposed to fly out the day before me, and it got delayed until the next day. And then still, my flight was at like 6 a.m. I got on there, no problem, no issues. So I'm literally sitting at the airport, just like waiting for him. And his flight got delayed again. And then eventually they like lost his bags. And we were just like, wow, it is just not meant to be for you. I was like, I literally had not a single issue for anything. And he had like the worst luck that entire weekend with traveling. And I was just like, that's tough.
So where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years in the wrestling business?
I would hopefully by 5 to 10 years be signed somewhere. I don't have a particular promotion in mind. Obviously right now there are some that are becoming super big and super popular and doing great things, just like the main ones that have been around for a while. So I wouldn't say I have like a particular promotion in mind, but I would like to be signed somewhere, or at least, in the works of things.
I think with COVID and everything, I think the indies are as hot as they are right now.
They're white hot right now. It's almost like
because
awesome to hear this.
because nobody had nothing to do when there were no shows, and people would just go, "Oh, I'm going to go on the computer, look up YouTube. Wow, what's this promotion? What's this promotion?" So,
Like,
and when
Like
stuff's starting to open up now, it's like now you could actually buy tickets to these shows.
Oh yeah, it's great. The indies are on fire right now.
like me and Geek, like since we've been doing this podcast for like since March, right?
Yeah,
Is it March?
yeah.
Since March, like we've been pushing and like we've been pushing. To me, I felt like for a while, I felt like Bray Wyatt. I was like, felt like I was on my milk crate. I'm like, help the indies. They need you. Go on Pro Wrestling Tees or whatever website they have and buy a wrestling T-shirt. I haven't did it in a while at the end of the show, but I was telling people that we would have our guests and go buy a Victory T-shirt, go buy Magic City T-shirt. You might not know who they are, just buy their merch. People are like,
But then I heard from like somebody told me like pro wrestling. A lot of the wrestlers say pro wrestling tees is not good. They take a cut from our paycheck or something.
I don't know. I haven't used them. I do my merch through Big Cartel, so I don't know a lot about pro wrestling tees. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly like what the chunk of what they take and whatnot.
yeah, I saw your T-shirt. It looks really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I saw it. I think it was in your story, right? You had it in your story yesterday, right?
Yes, my mom was wearing it.
Yes, it looked cool. I was like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of these companies say, oh well, but it's always good to buy from the wrestlers themselves, and that's something because all the wrestlers go, oh, you could go on my pro wrestling tees and buy the shirt. When I'm always like, I'd rather buy it from you. You know, give
Like
you the
in the
$20.
store, like if we're at a show and I want to buy a T-shirt, do I rather go on Pro Wrestling Tees and get it like a week after I go to the show, or go to the show? If I'm at one of your shows, I'll go to your the actual merch table when you're there. We'll
Yeah.
bump elbows. We'll have fun stories. We'll take a fun picture. Well, yeah, bump elbows.
I know my elbow's still bruised right now.
You got muscles there like I do. We'll be bumping elbows, breaking bones. And like I'll buy a T-shirt, get a 8x10, and we'll exchange stickers and take a fun picture. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's so much better than ordering online.
And
Yeah, exactly.
you'll get the money in your hand and not like get it in a email T-shirt bought by blah 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 information.
Here's $10. Here's $10.
Who's this guy this person about my T-shirt? You won't be able to see them and physically thank them yourself face to face. That's why I think it's kind of silly. You know, if you're from a different country and you see the shirt and you like it and then you buy it, that's cool.
Yeah.
But if you're from America and you want to buy a shirt that you just saw at the show and you missed your shot, wait till next time, I guess. I don't know what to say. Like, yay.
What's your opinion on intergender wrestling?
I would love to do it. I think it's great. I actually have a mixed tag coming up in January with my tag partner, Cam Stewart. We're both like super excited for it. We don't know who we're wrestling yet, but we're both super, super stoked for it.
Yeah, they just had a show, like one show based on all intergender matches.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was called, was it Intergender Bonanza? H2O just did it.
I think so. Yeah.
They're in New Jersey. H2O, I think. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who would somebody you would love to face that? That's a guy.
That's a guy. Current or like anybody?
We could do both.
Because my go-to is always Shawn Michaels because he's my favorite.
You're the second one this week to say Shawn. The girl from yesterday was a Shawn Michaels super fan. I even drew in my sketch pad if like she was thinking about trying to get future merch, like outfit, like gear. And I was sitting there doing the show and I started doodling a picture of what her merch or her gear would look like if she wanted to make it like a Shawn Michaels, half Puerto Rican, half Italian, like what do they call the Shawn Michaels, the chaps?
Ah, yes, yeah.
I drew like a half Puerto Rican flag, half Italian flag chaps with the black hearts in the flags.
Wow, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I would
And
take
she was like, "Oh my God, Joe, that's so cool. Send me the picture when the show's over." And I was like, "I got you." That's how much I love wrestlers. I get draw. I'm pretty good, and if they'll take what they want out of the picture, and don't forget to mention me, tag me on Instagram when you get the gear made, or put my name in the tag, be like made by Joe, designed by Joe. That's all I want. I don't want to take any money. Like,
Yeah.
you want any? Fine, send me a check. but, like, but just give me a props. Put my name in your tag.
Of course. Yeah.
Like,
That's what I did with the guy who designed my gear. He was great. He was great, and I did the same thing. I put it in the comments because I was like,
yeah.
that's
There's a
good.
girl that's coming on our podcast in December. She's from she makes gear called No Gimmick. No Gimmick gear.
I feel the name sounds familiar.
I think if you want, I'll send you her link later on in the chat on Instagram. It makes some good gear. She's done like quite a few wrestlers that have come on our podcast, right, Geek?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Like, she's done one guy from AEW, the one that does the rapping. What's his name?
Max Caster.
Max Caster's gear. She did one wrestler that's a nun.
I love that.
Yeah, her outfit. She wears like the thing, and it's like, yeah,
I love that.
yeah. It was like a white. She wears all white, like a white nun with like red. It's like a red cross on it. I was like, that won't mess up the Christian wrestling fans' brains.
You got it.
You got it. There are a lot of good gimmicks nowadays, and people are getting.
There's so many great ones.
There's actually in Long Island. There's a wrestler. He calls himself Coach Mamone. He's a 1980s coach.
If you saw you'd die laughing. He's hilarious.
He's great though. He's great. Like he comes to the ring.
Sound of it.
His name's Coach Mamone, and
he blows the whistle. He has that big mustache like mine down to here. Like you would die. You're like, this is hilarious.
Just so many great gimmicks nowadays,
There really are. I'm just like, props to all you creative people. Fantastic.
Because there's also a guy on Long Island. He's coming on our podcast in the beginning of December. He's Man Bun Jesus. Right?
Not Jesus.
Right, but Man Bun Jesus.
Man Bun
Jesus.
Yeah. Just great. The gimmicks these days. These people. He's a hippie too. So it's like a hippie. You have to go on our past Instagram posts and look at our short interview we did with him at the NYWC show in July. It is awesome. Magnifique the way I planned out the interview.
He came out of the woods.
I came out of the woods. I was like, "Do you want to do it here?" And I looked over and I saw the woods, and I was like, "Let's go over there." And he's like, "Okay, well, where are we gonna go, guys?" I said,
"You're gonna come out of the woods." I'm like, "That's a great idea."
He's like, "Dude, guys, let's do it." And I'm just like, he has like that big Long Island accent and this big red beard. That's all I'm gonna say. He has a big red beard and a bun.
I love that.
He's awesome.
You're like, that is hilarious.
Yeah. Awesome guy though.
Super sweet, friendly. He didn't even know us. He came up to us. He's going to his car to get his bag, and I'm like, he's like, he jumped out the door. Hey, and Geek's like, "Oh, that's Man Bun Jesus," and I'm like, who? Because he's new. And me and Geek have been watching NYWC for like 13 years. He's new on the roster for me. He's like my Geek. All these wrestlers are new to us except for one, Dickie Rods. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And by the way, one of his students just turned heel. They turned a heel on him.
It's always tough.
That's always tough. That's always a great gimmick right there. Yeah. So, do you think you could ever turn heel on your trainer?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they would thrive. I think they would think it's great as well.
Mm.
So yeah, I'd say yeah, easy.
Okay, I got a good one for you.
Okay.
If you could face any wrestler, any male from the past, except for Shawn Michaels, anybody else, who would you do? Who would you wrestle? Like your dream
from the past.
Oh yeah, wait, I'll flip it. Anybody for like since it's Survivor Series weekend,
Okay.
put together with yourself and any male or female team for like a Survivor Series team, who would you pick and why?
Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay. So they're on my team. Can I pick
Yes.
Shawn Michaels for my team?
Yes, you could have Michaels. Yes.
Okay. I'll take Shawn Michaels. Ooh. I want Beth Phoenix.
Okay.
I need 2 more. Oh, it's so tough to choose.
You can
So many
choose
good
anybody.
wrestlers, right?
That's what I'm saying. There's so many.
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh God, this isn't fair.
Sorry, I knew I was gonna
Okay,
get myself.
okay. I think the way we're going, I'd also want Stone Cold.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Which
And
Austin? The one that like the heel Austin with Vince McMahon, or the crowd? He's a heel, but the crowd cheers him. Stone Cold.
heel, but the crowd cheers him. We don't want Vince.
Okay.
We don't want Vince with us. No.
Yeah.
And then I think I want one more female. I like the guys. Let me think.
I'm surprised. I could see that WWE doing that in the future.
Women's.
A Survivor Series, but not just separating them. I could just see them doing, okay, we're going to do intergender matches. I could see them doing. I could definitely see them doing.
I can see that too.
The best of the best, right there. The best teams versus the best teams. That's what I think.
I'm old school WWF, like WWE. I remember they would have their big Survivor Series matches, but then the main event was the mixed one. Whoever won those those other Survivor Series matches, they all led into this big Survivor Series. Like,
ooh,
do you remember that?
Sure.
They stopped doing that.
I know they should do that again because that would be really cool.
Because it's like you can have rivalries in the same match.
Yes.
Like you would have like Hogan and Ted DiBiase on the same team, and you're like, whoa, that's not gonna work.
It's not gonna go well. We can tell you guys right now.
Or Virgil with DiBiase, and
I feel like the Survivor Series today, it's just okay. Survivor Series. Let's just put random wrestlers together. No story, no build. Because Survivor Series.
Because they have all these cool names in the 90s and the 80s for Survivor Series, like the Jungle Boys and the Powerhouses. And there were some names that Vince McMahon would say. I think he probably had to laugh before he said the names. That's
I feel like the best Survivor Series matches would probably have to be Team WWF versus Team WCW, ECW, and Team Bischoff versus Team Stone Cold. Probably my 2 favorite Survivor Series matches.
Yeah, those were both. Yeah.
I think last year's was pretty good too. Was it last year's or the year before that where it was like 40 minutes or 15 minutes? It was actually really good.
I think WWE was trying to go back to the old school thing for Survivor Series like 2 years ago, and the fans didn't like it, like the names of the teams. I mean, we're in a different era of wrestling these days. Like, you can't just get teams that heels and faces to put them together and name them, because sometimes some people don't like that person with that crowd, the wrestler, and they're like,
yeah,
this is the match I go pee now.
Yeah, I feel Roman should have been in the Survivor Series match this year.
I'm excited to see him versus Big E tonight.
Do you think they're going to give Big E the win, or do you think they're going to give it to Roman again?
Roman.
Yeah.
That's the golden goose, Joe.
I feel like they're
Geek. I was getting so mad. I'm like, poor E. Poor Woods. Just got that beautiful little crown made from Burger King style.
It's great.
Made in a 3D printer like 2 hours before the show, and he squashed it like a jerk. Like, it's getting dark by you off.
I know. I'm not used to it. at
Daylight.
all. It's horrible.
Is it the daylight savings hitting you like a brick?
It is. It is.
Do you have any upcoming shows or matches you want to talk about, or?
I do. I don't have any this weekend because it's Thanksgiving weekend. Then next weekend, the weekend after that, I'm in St. Pete, like Tampa area. Then the weekend after that, I'm back in Indiana. I think I'm in Fortville. And then December 19th, I'm in Dallas. So yeah, got a few things coming up. Pretty exciting.
We
Awesome.
want to thank you so much for coming on our podcast, by the way. So
Oh,
much.
no problem. Thank you guys for having me. This has been so much fun.
No problem. Well, thank you very much for coming on, and good luck in all your matches. What's that, Geek?
I said if you had to go, you had to go. You know.
You have to go. You have to go. You're cool. So we could talk more if you want to. We don't have to end the show now. We could.
It's up to you guys. I'm good. It's just dark. That's it.
Yeah.
It felt like it was getting dark, so it's like it's a good time to end the show.
It's gonna be like the Cheshire Cat, or you're just gonna see your smile.
Yeah, I just
We
we just end the show when it's just pitch black. You can't see me anymore.
Just see your eyes and your smile. It's like she's there, guys. I swear. We have a guest. Geek's getting paranoid.
She said St. Pete. I have family there. Where in St. Pete? Where's the show? I think she's saying where's the show.
I don't know if it's the same place it was last month. But it was at a rec, like it was like downtown St. Pete, like a rec center. I don't remember the exact name of the building because I wasn't the one who was driving, so I didn't have it in the GPS. But if it's at the same place, I'll let you know. I'm gonna promote it anyway on my Instagram once I
We can promote it for you too.
You can send us the poster, like you send your picture. You send us. You can send it like that, so I could save it on my computer, and you send us the ad for that promotion. You tell them before we're doing it, so they don't go, "Who is this dude's at ringside?" They
stole promoting our show.
Hey man, they're with me.
Okay, they're good. They're good. They're not creepers. They're good boys. They're good men. They want to. They're helping the indies.
They're trying to help.
No, we're good. We're good.
We're so sorry.
Society.
She said her nephew would love to go. Is that the
Yeah,
St.
you guys
Pete?
should come. It'd be fun.
Is it at the St. Pete Performing Arts Center? I don't think she knows, right?
I don't know definites, but as soon as we get off here, I can get definites and
yeah, get all the digits, all the information is. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think. Do you play any before? You play any video games?
Oh, I do. I've not been playing many because I've been so busy training and working and stuff like that. My go-tos are PUBG. Love PUBG. And then all the sports games, Madden, NBA. My best friend and I, we have a Madden tournament going right now. So basically what we did one night, we just picked all the teams out of a hat. And so it was just random, whatever team you got. And then we're just playing as each team versus each other. So it's been going on for a while. It's pretty intense.
Have you played MLB The Show? The new one
I
yet?
have. Not the new one. I've played the past ones. I don't think I've played the most current one yet.
I have. My brother, I think it was last year's, 2020. My brother got it for me, and I kind of made fun of my brother because he's a Met fan, and I'm like, bro, there's no fans in the stands. This is so fake. There's no fans in the stands. There's fans in the stands. Come on.
Oh, you didn't have to roast him like that. Oh, poor guy.
He's like, well, shut up, Randy. You suck. And I'm like, well, thank you. Is that way you say thank you to me because you're a Met fan? That's his greeting.
Favorite TV show?
Castle.
Castle.
Love Castle.
For me and Joe, it's Rick and Morty.
I love
That's
Rick and
my best friend's show. That's his show too. I've watched it with him a few times. I need to sit down and actually watch it through. I feel like.
Here we go.
Ghostbusters, Rick and Morty.
Hey, we gotta bust some ghosts. I'm scared, Rick. I don't know what to do. I'm so scared. Oh no. Yeah. You don't play the wrestling games? Any wrestling games?
I did when I was younger. And then when I was thinking about getting into wrestling, like actually pursuing it, I played some old WWE one and like made myself, and I was like, yeah, this is sick.
That's the other thing. Have you ever like you said you created stuff? Have you like play? I've been playing 2K19 because I protest
I was
getting.
19.
Yeah, I have 2K19. I've created myself. I created my grandfather, and it's funny. You think I would have Metal Geek in the game? That's before me and Geek decided to play video games with each other again. I think I'm gonna recreate Geek in the game and make the chick magnet. Bring back the chick magnet, Geek.
Ooh,
Right?
I like it.
That's his wrestling. That was Geek's like, damn it, Joe. You had to bring up he's gonna get me at the end of the show. He's gonna call me. You had to bring up the chick magnet, Joe. You had to bring it up, didn't you? That was Metal Geek's name on the 2K in the old WWF is the chick magnet.
I like it. I like that.
She's like, what? The chick, yes. Chick magnet had the RKO, and me and Geek had these legend. If we had video of our matches, they were legendary.
They were awesome matches, by the way.
I mean, never ending. Our friend that's not in the chat today, both our friends used to hate us because we play from 12 lunchtime all the way till dinner time. Same match.
Got to.
The same match. And we were bloody, like ECW bloody, face blood. We were like, we got to the point we were just in the middle of the ring like this.
Somebody pin somebody, please.
That's what our friends would be like, guys, do something. And I'm like, it was a not regular match. And he's like, our buddy that's not in the chat, he went, guys, I want to eat dinner. And I'm like, you want to go down? No. Joe, no. And then I'll go outside the ring and I'm like, okay, let's just end this. And I hit him with the steel chair. Ding, 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 DQ. You really just DQ'd yourself. I won then. Yeah. I just want to eat dinner now. We'll come back.
We'll come back to this.
We'll come back. We'll remember where we were. And he's like, no, we're not. We're not playing this game again. We'll do something else. We'll go outside. We've been inside all day.
We had a wrestler on the podcast actually that where it was dark and all you heard was crickets.
I forgot her name, but yeah, it was hilarious.
No names. No names.
I'm not gonna say name, but it was hilarious. It was hilarious. Here, cricket.
You hear crickets in the background.
Yeah.
We're talking and you hear crickets. No,
funny.
actual crickets. Not that she's boring. Actual crickets.
Real crickets outside.
She was really horrible. So you just heard crickets.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
no, she was cool. She was super nice. You know.
Yeah. And you are too. You're super awesome. Thank you. We thank you again.
No, I thank you guys for having me on for sure.
Please tell your wrestling friends about us.
I will.
We actually were gonna get one of your friends. He wears like a chess piece, almost looks like a superhero. It's a gold.
Oh, Dante?
Yeah, we spoke. That's how I found out about you through Dante's Instagram page.
He's great. Yeah, I love him.
Tell him we're a good podcast.
I'll tell him.
We're good.
Yeah, we're not spam. We're not spam.
Go on there. It's a lot of fun. You'll have fun.
Yeah, and tell your friends. Your friends could watch this show after the fact on Facebook, and Geek will probably load it on YouTube
and Spotify.
One later on or tonight or tomorrow.
Whenever I have a free minute, you know.
When he has a free minute, he'll load it up on. But if you tell your friends, go on Facebook and they can watch the episode like later on if they missed it.
For sure, definitely.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn,
have a good night. Enjoy watching the Survivor Series.
Thanks so much again. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys. You guys have a great night too.
You too. Keep awesome.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
What a fun interview. What a fun interview, Joe.
She was so much fun. She was so sweet and so friendly. Some awesome stories.
Uh-huh.
Well, all right. Geek, hand the microphone off to you.
All right, you can always donate to us at http://streamlabs.com/dudes@ringside. http://streamlabs.com/dudes@ringside.
We will be back at 8 p.m. for the dime piece. See you at 8 p.m.